Welcome back to the Final Attack podcast. We are covering the Tate Tactics this week, and this is Tate Tactic number 2 from Chamber 12, final chamber of the Final Attack, Volume 1 Ascend. In this position, you can see White has a couple of problems he's dealing with. The Queen is under attack. Our Rook is under attack. If we try to save either of these pieces, then we're just going to lose material. Now, the best thing Black has going for him in this position is that we have a deadly discovered check and double check tactics set up. Our Queen is lined up on the long diagonal with the White King on G2. In between the King and the Queen, we see that we have this Knight on F3. So if we can find somewhere to move this Knight on F3, it's almost like we get a free move, because our opponent is going to have to respond to the check from the Queen. If we find somewhere to move the Knight that we can also check the White King, then that's what's known as double check. All double checks are discovered checks. However, not all discoveries are going to be double checks. Sometimes you just open up a discovered attack on a single piece. In this position, we have two ways to checkmate in two moves. So we can move our Knight to either E1, which would be a double check, or we can move our Knight to H4, which is also a double check. In both of these variations, it's going to be mate on the following move, no matter where the White King tries to run and hide. So let's first look at Knight to E1, double check. We're delivering the check with the Knight, and we are discovering and opening up this check on the long diagonal from the Black Queen. It doesn't matter if the King runs to F1, because if he runs to F1, our Knight is also protected by the Rook on E8. It has an important role in this checkmating pattern. So of course our Knight and Queen were coordinating before on G2, and after Queen to G2, the game would be over checkmate, defended by the strange looking Knight on the back rank, which is defended by the Rook on E8. One famous grandmaster once said, you must have 3 pieces to checkmate with the Castle King. Let's go back now and let's look at the other variation with Knight on 3 to H4. And the reason we say Knight on 3 instead of Knight F is because we have 2 knights on the F file, F3 and F5. This knight moving doesn't open up the discovered attack. It doesn't create the double check possibility. So Knight on 3 to H4 double check, and even if the King tries to run and hide on G1 or H2, we'll deliver Queen G2, in your face checkmate, the very next move down the long diagonal. So definitely one of the more simple tactics that we see in Chamber 12 of the Final Attack Volume 1 Ascend, but it's also a very, very important fundamental tactic that you must understand if you want to attack like the master Emory Andrew Tate II. Discovery attacks are probably the third most common tactics you will see after pins and forks in chess. So you must master all discoveries, double checks, to become a strong attacking player as well.